Welcome to the Bot Signal, your home for news and views about messenger chatbots. Now is a great time to get started with messenger bots, and I'm going to talk about why in just a second. First, as a courtesy to my listeners and because I love them, there will be no fear-mongering on this episode. That's right, everyone you hear out there who is trying to wave you into messenger bots before you're ready, saying things like, if you get in on the ground floor, then you stand to make, $1 million or a whole lot more money, or don't you wish you had grabbed onto websites when they first happened? Wouldn't you be rich now? Yeah, okay. Listen, all that stuff's fear-mongering, especially when they tell you if you wait to get into this, then you're going to be behind the 8 ball and everybody's going to be in front of you and you're going to lose out on something magnificent. Listen, none of that's a reason to get into messenger bots or anything else for that reason. If the train is leaving the station, but you don't have a bag packed, don't get on the train. And what I'm saying is, with messenger bots, if you've been thinking about it, if you've been preparing a little bit, listening to these shows, looking at different software, then I'm going to give you a few reasons why now is a great time to do this. But if you have not even been thinking about messenger bots and you are feeling pressured to get into this because other people are, or, somebody with a big name is doing it. Listen, that's the tough reason to get in. Messenger bots, just like everything else, demand patience and love and a lot of effort in some cases. So if you are on the fence, then I welcome you to listen to these reasons why it's now is a great time. If you have not ever thought about this before, dig into it a little bit more. You're not going to miss out on anything by waiting a couple extra weeks. Trust me on this. First reason now is a great time to get into messenger marketing. You can really be you. You can talk like you talk. You can explain things how you would explain them. You don't have to take anybody else's great big swipe file of things that have worked with them in the past. You don't have to do it how anyone else is doing it. You can have a conversation with people. You do it every day anyway. Here's a place where you can have a conversation. It doesn't have to be stuffed with the right keywords at the right moment. It doesn't have to have this sort of jargon in there to make sense to people. It doesn't have to, there are no requirements. The requirement is you getting a clear message across. Now that does, I realize, come to some folks a little bit easier than it comes to other folks. But what I'm telling you is you don't have to use anybody else's roadmap, anybody else's great big funnel in the sky. That's not what this is about. This is about creating real connections with people. And that's something that you already know how to do. Second reason, now is a great time to get into messenger bots. If you have the right mindset, you can't mess up. You can't go wrong with messenger bots. Let me explain. The mindset that, if you have the mindset that you are having conversations and connecting with people first, and whatever else transpires is whatever else transpires. If you are focusing on opening a relationship instead of closing a sale with every single last subscriber you have, if you're focused on the right things, you can't go wrong in a messenger bot. There are lots of best practices out there. Don't get me wrong. There are lots of ways that you can be really effective in a messenger bot, and a lot of my clients come to me for those. That's all fine. What I'm talking about, though, is a lot of people are kind of standing on that indecision line, going, "Well, I don't want to annoy people. I don't want to be hitting them over the head with messages. I don't want to be doing any of that." Listen, you don't have to do any of that for this bot to be effective for you. You absolutely don't. And it's a great time to experiment because everybody's experimenting. There is no one formula that every business should have to be able to, get on the money train or whatever else people are selling. It's simply not true. If you have the mindset, if you have the intention of, I want to have as many conversations with real people as possible, you are on the right track right now. And you have the freedom to experiment with your message. You have the freedom to put something out today, maybe not like how it goes, and change how you put it out tomorrow. You have absolute freedom in here as long as you have a great guiding mindset. And that is a great reason to get into messenger bots. Final reason that now's a good time, and I think I saved the best for last, is this. You don't have to do any of this alone if you don't want to. You don't have to sit alone in in front of your computer and rack your brains out trying to figure out what to do or how to do what you want to do or whatever. You don't have to do any of that alone. There are tons of communities out there on the internet. We have a community, Black Belt Bots community. You can drop in there and join us at any time. There are lots of people. There's lots of just instructional videos out there, right? And there are a lot of people that are waiting to help you. I am waiting to help you as well. I've got anything. If you want somebody to just look at what you have and say, hey, add a few best practices in here and you'll be great. If you want somebody to audit your stuff, if you want somebody to help get you started, if you want to go with an ongoing relationship, I'm available for all of that stuff. And many, many, many are as well. So here's the best thing that you could do. If you've been thinking about making the leap, but you just, you've been holding back for whatever reason, drop a toe into the water. Drop a toe into the water because none of us are getting any younger, myself included. And it's time to make happen something that you really want to make happen, isn't it? It's probably why you became an entrepreneur. Drop and toe in the water. Find some people you resonate with and follow that tribe. Contribute to that tribe. You don't have to do this alone. In fact, I wouldn't suggest it. And there is so much out there for you, Grasshopper. That's it for today. We'll be back tomorrow. Thanks for listening today. You can find full episodes of The Bot Signal on your favorite podcast player. And if you have the Anchor app, stop in, ask me a question, leave me a voice message, and I'll include it on my next show. If you're completely new to bots and you don't know what's going on there, visit me at checkoutmybot.com. Start a conversation with me. Take my free mini course. It's all available. Thanks a lot, and I'll see you in a bot.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.